Yo, what's up, guys? Shane, how you doing? And so I went to the liquor store today and bought my favorite wine, and so I'm kind of drunk for the first time, not feeling good. And this I just bought today, and it's already gone. So, uh, it's my favorite type of wine, and it's Italian. Yeah, it's Italy or whatnot, whatever you want to call it. But I'm about to drive and I can't because I'm completely drunk, and so I'm not going anywhere for a bit. Um, so and I had to head home tonight, but not for a couple more hours. Um, but to say I'll be up here for a couple more hours and then I'll be heading home. So, um, yeah, so I'm not feeling good. I only ate once today, so I gotta eat some more. And I'm also on this new medication I've been taking the last couple of days. Anyway, I started, and I've been taking this new medication to gain weight and increase the appetite. So yesterday was my cousin's first Holy Communion, and he received that, and I'm so proud of him. My cousin Mason, and at church yesterday night. So um, I went last night, so I didn't go today on Sunday um, to mass. But anyway, so he did that, and so you know that was that, and you know who's texting me? Like, okay, whatever. But so I was up at the cemetery today seeing my dad, and it started pouring rain, and it was pouring up there. And I'll be back up next Monday. Yeah, next Monday too. I'll be up here, and I don't know. I'll be back up in a few days anyway, getting my debit card straightened out with and everything. So, um, most likely, yeah, that will be getting figured out. I got a new wallet. I got Timberland wallet, Timberland wallet. Uh, I used to have Docker's wallets, so I got a new wallet, and because I lost mine at the airport in London, or England rather. Um, so I still have my Wawa gift card, so I may be stopping there. It has a bit left on it, so I may be stopping in, I don't know, the middle of downtown, or maybe stopping at the one day on the way home. Uh, get something to eat. Yesterday I ate 2 whole plates of food, which I went back for seconds, and that's really rare for me, but I went back to get seconds because I was really hungry yesterday. And not only is it making me more hungry all the time, but I woke up yesterday 4 times during the night at 4 different times, and went back to sleep very soon after. But like 4 times yesterday night was like the first time on my medication that I woke up, and I don't usually do that. Usually I take my meds, and after 5 minutes I'm like zonked out asleep. So you know, I'm pretty tired after I take my medicine, and it's a dissolved tablet. So, it's gone in like a minute, but I've had a dry throat and everything. And last night, I purposely didn't take it because I was driving up here early this morning, and I left late this morning. Usually, I leave at like 5 o'clock or something like that. And this morning I left my house around 10:55, so I was here by like 10:30, close to, yeah, 10:35 or so. This morning, I was up here, so, I left later than usual. Um, what else? Like, I've been driving around. I've been at Exton today. Um, I don't know what else, but it was getting cold out there when I was making a video in the rain. When I was at my dad's cemetery thing, and so it poured rain up there, and I was only out there for like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, something like that. And so after that, I've just been driving around a bit today, and oh my god, I'm tired. I've never been drunk before, and I've been wanting to get drunk to see what it feels like, and everything, and I don't know why, but like I drank, more than half a bottle of that bottle of alcohol today, which is this thing right here. So I drank more than half of this today. So I'm feeling it now, but after like, I just finished my last glass about 5 minutes ago, but it's weird because like I feel dizzy, and just a minute ago I wasn't walking straight. And I was like, oh wow. So it's just been weird and everything. So, purposely trying to get drunk for once to see what it feels like. And, then you're not feeling good. And right now I don't feel good at all. So, it's the first time I have been drunk, and I'm really underweight. So, I'm just feeling weird, headache, everything. I don't know. Like, it's just weird. So, what's everyone up to? Friends have been texting me and stuff today, and I don't know, on and off type of stuff. And, I had about this much of alcohol, and then I was driving, or this much rather, and then I started driving, and I had no side effect, but, I watch YouTube videos of car crashes and accidents of drunk drivers and stuff, and it's not good. It's not safe because you can hurt someone else. So for the time being, I'm staying off the road. I'm at my friend's house right now. I'm not at home, but to say, you make plans with another friend, and they can't do it tonight, so I'm at my other friend's house, and then I have to get going home later. So by 10:30, 10:40 at most, I'll be heading back home. So I drove up this morning in the pouring rain, and how much fun that was. Not really. Not fun. So, and it's been raining all day. I'm just like already. I'm just sick of the rain. And everything, and my debit card has to be figured out, so I'll be coming back up here, and tomorrow that will be again figured out and everything. So next week I get to see the girl that has cut my hair for years and years now. So I'll get to see her next Monday, so I'm pretty excited, and stuff like that. I always write to her, and I don't know, I'm really sleepy too, which is weird. I'm not usually sleepy at 4 something, 4 4 something afternoon, something like that. I'm not usually tired, but I feel tired and just like drained and out of it. So the air is cold. It's making me cold, and so I wish it had stopped raining out and everything. So I hope it's nicer. I'll be up in a couple days. I'm convincing my mom to move back in the area, which may be possible. Before we moved to Maryland, we almost moved to Eagle View, which is in Lineville, down by downtown East. So I almost moved there, and the other thing is I almost moved to Applecross, which is another development close by, and I almost moved there too. So but most likely with what's it called? I just said it. Oh my God, Eagle View. Yeah, so I almost moved there. So it might be possible. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if it's a absolute decision yet. I am moving again. I don't know where to yet, but not right away, not right now. But I am moving again, and it may be a couple years, but to say that will be happening, and my surgery's getting done in a couple months, so I'm more excitement than nervousness, I guess. I have some nerves, but it's more excitement with that going on. And I don't know what else. My head hurts, my face feels like it's been on fire half the day. I don't know what else. So anyway, well, it's been a long, quiet day anyway, and it's been good. I may not think that I'm drunk, but I am, and it's the first time ever I've been drunk before, so it's weird. Like, to me, my voice is going somewhat. I'm more tired. I'm a lot more tired. Hungover, stuff like that, I guess. I don't know, with my new medication, it's been making my throat really dry and stuff like that, so when I wake up, it's like a dry throat, and it's just weird. Like, not right now, but it hurts. Sometimes when I wake up, I'm just like, jumping up in the middle of the night, which is weird. It's unlikely me because when I'm sleeping, I'm usually out of it all the time. So I woke up 4 times during the night the day before yesterday on my meds, and my throat doesn't hurt now, but it's like, oh my god, like when it does happen, it's just really, really weird, and strange, but other than that, not too much is going on. I may be hanging out with my cousin, soon in a couple days, maybe, but I wanna come back up here most likely, and then hang out, and also I'm going kayaking pretty soon with my other cousin. So that will be going on. I'll be going to a lake, which I wanted to get to Marsh Creek today, and I haven't gone yet, but hopefully before I get home, I'll get there. I like the lake, and I like the views and stuff, and just like being there, and all of a sudden I've been reading up on all kinds of different fish. I don't know why, but I heard that I think it's Chenal catfish are, they're not deadly, but they can hurt, or they can somehow prick you if you pick them up the wrong way or something like that. It's something about the fin, I don't know. But I've been really interested in catfish and stuff, and the last year or so I've been, trying different types of seafood and stuff like that. Things that I've never tried before and stuff like that. So my favorite is grouper, and I also like halibut. I also like that type of fish, and there's some other ones that I tried that I didn't like, and so on. But there's some seafood stuff I don't even like either. So it all depends. And so I've been using my acne cream the other day, and it's going away, like all through here. Like all this is gone now, so it's going away slowly, and this is going away now down here. And I'm using it up here too, of course, but I don't have acne up there. And this side's really going. I'm still working on my jawline here. But yeah, like things are going. I still have alcohol in me, dang. But anyway, so that's going in. I've been using that consistently every day, constantly. So that's going on, and I think my face shape has changed more with, I don't know, over time. I think it's still changing, but to say that I want a clear face now, and I'm trying really hard to get rid of the acne, because it's annoying. I start picking at it and it bleeds and all that type of shit, and I don't like it. So there's results to things that you do, so take it. And so it'll be gone in like a week or two. You have to keep at it, keep up with it. You just don't do it for one day and things like that. And there was other couple things I wanted to get done today with my parish and my church down here, which I haven't gotten done at all today. I also wanted to go to the tattoo store, the real tattoo store and find out estimates on prices and stuff like that. So I've gotten none of that stuff done today, um, which is fine. I'll be back up in a week or so, and I'll be up in a few days as well. So I'll be up here a lot more often. There's some other friends that I promised that I would hang out with them, and I haven't gotten to them yet. So my friend Austin's wanting to hang out, and used to go to my church, and so he's been wanting to hang out and stuff, and some other friends anyway. So I'm trying to get around to it when I can, when I have the free time, and you know wanting to hang out with them. So I will, I'll get around to it, but it takes a while, and things like that. And I think it's gonna be an early night for me because I've been drinking most of the day today, which is unreal for me. I've never drunk this much before. So it's just sitting in my stomach right now, and it's like, I guess that type of feeling. So it's just like sitting there, and so yeah, it's not the best thing to do, but it is what it is. But so I'm even too tired to pick things up. But yeah, like off the floor. So like that's like how drunk I am because I start laughing, I start cracking up. I made a video earlier, way before I got drunk, and laughing, cracking up at things and funny things and everything. So I don't know, I'm just like exhausted because from just everything, and I'm not even home right now. I'm at a friend's, but I changed my earring studs to the black. I used to have silver, but I do have my silver. It's just at my house, but I have a couple other different pairs, and so I have silver, I have black, I have blue, I have red. So I have a lot of different things, and right now I'm sitting in front of a trash can because I'm gonna try and make this shot into the trash can, which I doubt I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I missed because I'm not drunk. So and I used to throw things in the trash can in math class, I remember. So, and I used to miss it, and I'm missing again. So it's like that repeatedly all over again, but whatnot. So yeah, this is red wine. It is it's an Italy product. It's from Italy. It says all kinds of dumb things, information on the back with risks and effects and consumption of alcohol impairs ability to drive a car or operate machinery and cause health problems. Uh, Everything's in like Italian, so I can't read that shit. I'm not from Italy. Uh, it says from northern Italy and what it's made of and stuff like that. My head is starting to hurt, so I'm not reading stuff. So that's how it's gonna be today, and it's really miserable out and everything, and I'm really looking forward to driving home tonight, but I wanted to drive up early, so I was up here early today. Most likely, I'm driving back home unless I stay at my other friend's house. I don't know yet, but if I did that, I will be in the area tonight. Um, if not, then I'm heading back home. But, you know, so it's been nothing but miserable out, and, you know, all of that. It's not windy, it's just cold and, you know, miserable again, but I went up to see my dad and things like that, so that was good. Um, you know, I miss seeing my dad. It's gonna be 6 years this August, so I've been to, you know, all kinds of stuff, and I know a lot of advice and stuff that people have given me, you know, over time, and you know, it is time. It's a grief process. It is a process. You're never gonna get over it. People have told me, "Oh, you have to get over this," you know, and stuff, but it's never something that you really get over. And you know, that's the truth. And like people, some people are like, you know, how I acted and stuff. It affected me in school and affected me in some of my classes. Um, at school, I didn't want to go to school. I didn't care for school. You know, and there were some other things too. But losing someone, you know, affects you, and it affects, you know, how you are and things, and you know, I just know from experience that, you know, it took me a good 3 to 4 years to overcome where I am today, to be at today. So you know, it's not gonna go away right away, but in time, it really does help. You just have to know that. You know, I try to help out anyone who has lost anyone, and it does hurt. I'm not gonna say that it doesn't. It is a process, and you know, you have to work at it every day. You know, you have to work it yourself, and you know, I know how hard it was. I know how hard it was to lose my dad. I was really close to him, and it hurts. Like you don't know, but you know, to say that, you know, I had friends, um, friend support and close friends, but you know, um, although they may not know what to do or know what to say, the thing is that they were there for you, and that's what matters. Um, so other than that, like, you know, it's gonna be 6 years, and it doesn't even feel like that. And I'm just like, you know, there's sometimes I want to ask my dad something, and it's like, does he even know? Like, does he even know? And I mean, you know, I have to think back on that, and you know, there's things I want to ask him about, still about his school, and you know how I know how school was for him, but you know, I want to ask him more questions and stuff like that. So, um, anyway, like, you know, it's just like, you know, like they remember you and stuff, of course, and they're always watching you. but you know, like it all depends. Like I have a hard time believing some things, but you know, you have to believe whether you think it's true or not. But you know, it is true, and I know he's always watching me, and my surgery's gonna be in a couple months, and you know, I think back to when the breathing tube went down his throat, and after 60 years of smoking cigarettes, he passed away from that, and he had lung cancer, and I had a really hard time dealing with that for a long time, and seeing my dad go through all the things that he's been through, and everything like that, like the lung cancer, the air sacs break because you slow down and you lose your breath and stuff, but other things happen as well. And that was really hard for me to see. My dad had to sit on every single step because he didn't have the energy anymore. And this builds up, whether people believe me or not, that lung cancer does happen after a long period of time of smoking. And even though electronic cigarettes are bad, which I've done in the past a few times, but they're not good either. So I did it once or twice, and throw it out because I know what it does, and like I read articles and stuff, and I hate to read in general, but I love health stuff, and I love to read any topic that I'm interested in, and I want to become a medical assistant. So that's what I'm working on. But I also know about different topics and stuff. So, like, to say that it is tough, and losing a parent or losing whoever is really tough on someone, and you know the last thing you want to do is see someone hurt themselves because of losing someone, and you don't want them to hurt themselves. um I lost my neighbor, which was a 2014 graduate, and he died of heroin overdose, and don't do drugs and stuff like that, um because my next door neighbor Tommy, I always called him Tommy, but he died of heroin overdose, and he's only a year older than me. And so, like, it's your lifestyle, it's what you choose to do that matters, and whether you depend on yourself to quit or not, give it up, the sooner the better. But I can't run everyone's lifestyle, and I'm not trying to run anyone's lifestyle. That's why I tell people. I made a Facebook video about that today, and it's your life, so I mean, you have to do you, and you know it is an addictive chemical for smoking, and the nicotine stuff is still in electronic cigarettes as well, which is an addictive chemical, and people don't realize that. Because I'm gonna say, when my dad started smoking, he was 23 or 24, around my age, and he started back in the 1950s when everyone did it, and everyone did it back then, and so when you do it back in the day when everyone did it, you don't know that it's bad for you. But nowadays, you do know that's bad, and everybody does it. But you see so many people do it. That doesn't mean you have to start just because someone else does it. It may help with stress, it may not. I know some people do it for stress. I know other people who do it for different reasons. It doesn't make you cool to smoke, but people do it for a lot of different reasons, and I have a lot of good advice with that. Just from learning so much, and I try to help my friends out, um, whether they choose to quit or they don't choose to quit, um, but just to help them out in general. Like, I like to help people, and I'm a caring person, and I care about people a lot. I'm not just saying that, I do, and I care about people, and it's your lifestyle, and when things happen, there's no time limit when things will happen, but to tell people that you love them before you know they go, and that's really hard. I always had fights with my next door neighbor, um, when I was little at times, and we would fight and stuff, but you know in the long run, um, the in the last couple of years or so, I've tried to help him out. I didn't know he was doing heroin, of course, because he blocked me on Facebook, and you really don't know what people are up to, you know, um, when they do that stuff, and I tried hard to convince my neighbor to stop, but he got addicted to it, and you know, he's been gone now for a year. He died last year, and at the age of 23. So I mean, that's super young. Um, and it's not that, but it's the times when people are gone that you start missing them the most. And I'm not just saying that out of habit, because you know from time to time I often think about my neighbor, and wish that I could tell him something, because he really helped me out in the end. He was like, don't let anyone pick on you and stuff like this. Don't let people get to you. And he used to be a jerk to me. I mean, when we were growing up, and he's been my neighbor since we were 3 years old. Um, and like 2 years before he passed away or something like that, he was telling me this stuff. Don't let anyone get to you and all this stuff. And he was coming through, and I was really trying to help him out, but sometimes it's too late. Um, and that's just a shame. That's just sad. Um, and it's really hard because yesterday I posted pictures of my next door neighbor and shared some memories of him, and he's buried at the cemetery, um, by the Wagontown Swim Club. He's buried up that way. But he went to the Presbyterian in Downingtown, and but he's there, and I've never once been there yet. Um, but I've wanted to get there, but I haven't yet. Um, but he's buried in Coatesville, and so yeah, so anyway, that's where he is, and I just want to let people know that stay away from drugs and stuff, and you know don't do things if you know it's gonna hurt you, and if you're smart enough to know that certain things do hurt and certain drugs, then don't do it. Stay away from them. And I'm just putting this message out there for everyone, whether you listen to this or not, or think I'm talking crap or whatnot, but I'm saying this just as an important message and everything. um for me, with the alcohol today, I just want to try it out. I don't do that purposely, uh on purpose. So that was like a one-time thing. I wanted to see how my body would react and stuff to that. um but there's risks and things to everything if you overdose on stuff and things like that. There's consequences to those things. And my neighbor overdosed on heroin, and before you take so many, that's that's just the end of it. And that's what it is. And that goes for a lot of drugs out there. um People may think it's funny for one reason or another, which is it's not. um it's not at all. But you may do it for stress, you may do it for other different reasons. But there's other ways to dealing with stress. um I had to write down my feelings when my dad passed away, um which helped to some extent, I guess. But I was doing this 2014, and I threw the pen like as hard as I could against the window. And better the pen break to you know better a pen break to hurt yourself. So I mean, I was angry, so I threw the pen. I didn't try to hurt myself. But I had my times too with my dad passing away. It is tough, and losing a parent is hard. So I had another one of my mom's friends recently lost her mother, and I can relate. And I sent a card out, and I don't know the exact feeling, but I do know that I do know how they must feel. And I can relate to that, because I lost a parent already. And you know you have to deal with that for the rest of your life, and it's hard. And like I said before, it is a process, and it took me 3 to 4 years thinking right now to be at where I am today. And it's not going to go away in one day. You can't say, oh, forget it, it's going to happen overnight. It's not. you know it's a lifetime process, and I'm going to miss my dad for the rest of my life. um but that being said, there's a lot to it. Everyone deals with grief differently. I was told that how I acted like a jerk, all this, by one person, um because of how I acted. And if I acted like a jerk because of it happening, that's how I was. And I didn't mean it to anyone. But that's how I dealt with some of my grief, um was being that way and acting differently. But now I don't, because I've learned so much along the way. So it's just like time goes on and life goes on. You can't just shut yourself out because one thing happened. You have to move on. You have great friends to support, and you have caring friends out there. You have to find the right people who care, and you know be with them, talk to them, vent. You talk to people. It's okay to cry. Don't be afraid to cry, because I had tons of that after my dad passed away. And I would try to hide my feelings all the time at school or whatnot until I got home, and it was a whole different story then. It was, cursing a lot. It was yelling to some extent. It was running outside. It was running away. It was that kind of stuff when I got home from school. But, it was tough. And I'm not going to say that it was easy, because it's not. And that goes for anyone. Like, it's difficult, but we all cope with it, and we all need to. And I think that's what life is all about. Is you learn new things every day, and you have to go on, and life goes on, because life is short, and you have to be surrounded by people that care and love you for who you are. And I have a lot of good advice from people over time, but it worked. It really helped me out, and I had a therapist at the time, 2014, and I had doctors in Exton at the time, and talking to someone really helped me. But I'm not saying everyone has to talk to anyone either, but that's what helped me, and I have my different strategies to cope with it and cope with grief. And it's a non-going thing, like it's a non-ending thing, like it just never goes away. You're always gonna miss them, whoever it is. I'm just saying, like, um it doesn't go away. So, but anyway, I'm having fun at my friends, and I'm hanging for the day, and so I'll be driving a bit later on to some places, and then I'll be on my way again home. So, um, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. So, all right, peace. Hope that advice was really helpful, to those out there, and you know, if something works for you, go for it. Just do it. Nike. Um, but try different things, and if that doesn't work, you move on to something else, and that's how it works. So, you know, um, anyway, so I'll be getting home in a little bit. So, yeah, that's about it. So, peace out, everyone. Hope that advice was really good.